Nik Airball originally was on the lineup. I think he's not anymore. Is that correct?
He'll be taking a break, and he'll be back on the show after the summer, but he won't be playing $1 million game, no.
Is Nik Airball banned from Hustler Casino Live, or is something else at play? Today, we are diving into the theories and discussions surrounding his absence from the $1 million game at HCL, a game no high-stakes player would want to miss. In this video, we find out what might be keeping him away and more. First off, Nik Airball hasn't played at HCL since March 22nd of this year, about 2 months ago now, although he has played on other streams like The Lodge in Austin, Texas. The first theory many want to jump to is that Nik Airball has gone broke or busto. No. As Nick Vertucci discusses here, this is not the case.
And by the way, he's not playing because he's busto. So for all the people saying he's busto, that's not it. He's handling something. He's taking a little time off of streaming poker, and he's going to be back. So we're looking forward to it.
And I believe him. Airball may be known for whaling, but he has played surprisingly well and tighter, at least on stream this year so far compared to last. If you saw my 2023 documentary on Airball, you may remember this is typically not his style, and I am confident his bankroll does not come from poker. However, an interesting theory suggests that Nik Airball was temporarily banned from playing at HCL due to passing and selling chips for cash. Many casinos have rules against this due to KYC, or Know Your Customer, and anti-money laundering regulations. As this Reddit user puts it, if chips are changing hands outside of their purview, they could get screwed over by the state/feds. So I mean, this one makes sense considering we have seen Airball play on other streams during this time, but just not on HCL. It is possible he's been temporarily banned from HCL, and this is the only reason he can't attend the $1 million game. Of course, this is just a rumor I saw on Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt. Like mentioned, this game will be huge, and in my opinion is not one Airball would miss in a million years if he had a choice. Switching gears to another highlight of the $1 million game, this man Santosh will also be taking part this year. For those who haven't had the pleasure of watching him, Santosh plays with a fearless and entertaining style, much like Alan Keating. Never mad and always a good time, no matter the outcome of play. Along with him, Santosh will be bringing a mystery friend.
He's bringing a friend, yeah?
Yeah, so he's bringing a friend with him. Can't say the name of the guy yet, but he's bringing a friend with him as well that he says is more action than him. We'll see. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what he says. So that guy's coming as well.
How that player plays, I think, will have a pretty big impact on the show as a whole because they're playing every day.
Yeah, we have a good feeling about that one. I have just a good feeling about it.
If he is friends with Santosh and plays anything like him, I think this game could go wild. But let's be honest, who else hopes his mystery friend is Garrett Adelstein? Imagine he just sits down with Santosh. That would break the internet. Obviously, I'm joking, but I'm sure many fans would still love to see the legend in this game despite all of the drama of the past. Another confirmed player in the $1 million game that has been getting lots of attention and even comparisons to Garrett Adelstein's playstyle goes by the name Action Dan. I plan to do a full video on him soon, but he is aggressive and calculated. He seems to know when to pull the trigger and when to not. A bit of a wild card for a game this size, and it will be interesting to see if he lives up to his name. As we can see, the reasons behind Nik Airball's absence from the $1 million game at HCL could range from personal decisions to potential compliance issues with casino policies. With the game fast approaching and other key players like Tom Juan and Tony G also uncertain,
Tony G was in for a while, and then all of a sudden the other day he just said, like, you know what, like, for this reason and that reason, like, I think I'm going to stay in Europe. It's just too hard to travel. We went back and forth a bit trying to convince him. Sounds like there's still a chance that he might come with Santosh. We'll see. The last 2 weeks or so, I have not been able to get in touch with Tom. You know how Tom is to communicate with sometimes. I have not gotten a response from him in a couple weeks. Tom, if you're listening, please text me back.
The final lineup remains a suspense. What do you think is going on with Nik Airball? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more poker drama and analysis.
Well, I was just going to say, you have no idea how many dad talks I've had with Airball. It's crazy. I'm like, dude, go home, spend some time with your wife, stop it, stay, try to be here 5 or 10 years from now, like, relax. Because, of course he's great for the show. Of course it's great when he's dusting, but, we actually love him. Like, he's been a loyal, good, person to us. So, you know, me personally, I've had like 3 or 4 of those where I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, come on, you know, get it together because we want to see him, you know, survive.
I mean, the guy gets into every game he wants, right? Like at this point, you know, and he is a good player and he's capable of playing, you know, pretty tight. We've seen it many times in some of our shows. We've also seen him play the opposite, and still he gets in like any game he wants these days, and that's pretty remarkable for someone that's only been in the high stakes scene for a couple of years. Because I mean, you know how hard it is to get in some of these huge juicy private games if you want to, you know, whether they're in casinos or private. And once you do it, like that's worth a lot itself.